What's good, y'all? This your girl SAAVY, and we back with another one. Alright, so here's the information that you guys have been waiting for about a good week and a half. I told you all that I'll be sharing how I was able to lose my weight so quick and look this fine. But anyway, man, let's go ahead and get started.
It's food, it's food, it's food for thought. It's food, it's food, it's food for thought.
Alright, so first I want to pray us in because I want to make sure that the information does not fall into deaf ears spiritually. And I pray that the ears and the eyes that are listening and watching, that they will receive this information that that I will be providing on behalf of you. All right, thank you. In the mighty name of Yeshua, amen. All right, so check this out, y'all. So I'm gonna backtrack a little bit and then I'm gonna give y'all the information on how I was able to lose 50 pounds in 90 days. Because I want y'all to get the full picture of how the Lord worked in my life. We're gonna backtrack to COVID. My current weight at that time was about 168, 167. During that time, I was still working out, you know, still being active, continuing my regular routine, you know, just pretty much quarantine at the same time. But I still got out and worked out and things like that to be able to at least maintain my weight and still try to get back down to like the lower 160s, upper 150s. So fast forward, you know, May 2020, I get into a relationship, just wanted to do what I wanted to do. Started drinking a lot. And you know, when you're drinking like that, you eat a lot. So eating a lot of late nights and things like that. Before I got with my girl at the time, my diet, I was a vegetarian. So, no, I was a pescatarian. I was a vegetarian that year prior, but I was a pescatarian. So I was eating nothing but fish, primarily like vegetables and a little bit of starch because I was a runner, like literally running 6 to 9 miles a day. So that was pretty much my lifestyle before COVID. By November 2020, I was at 191. So from May to November, I gained about 25 pounds over that course of a period of time, you know, just doing what I wanted to do. Fast forward 2021, I would say by about early to mid 2021, I was touching 220. Like, that joint was crazy. I've never been 200 pounds in my life. My body literally was crying. I was always tired. It was just too much, you know? So I remember during that period of time, the Lord put me on a fast. I want to say like mid 2021. And he literally said 1 salad a day. No, 1 meal per day. So I could have like fish and vegetables. And then I could have, I think, like 1 or 2 salads throughout the day or something like that. But I couldn't have a bunch of like dressing and stuff on it. Just a little drizzle and that's it. I was able to drop 20 pounds in 30 days doing that. I mean, 20 pounds in 40 days doing that. So it brought me back down to, I got down, I believe, to like 198 or something like that. So a little over 20 pounds. I wasn't drinking during that time, just taking care of myself, going to bed, and I was good. And let me give y'all like a little side note. So right before this fast that he put me on, I had stopped drinking in general. I started eating healthy again, you know, leaving like meat and things like that alone and just trying to get back on track. I was working out, you know, running 2 or 3 miles a day. And I remember I started gaining weight doing this. And I'm like, why am I gaining weight if I'm getting back right? And I remember I kept going to the doctor trying to figure out what was wrong. And finally, the doctor was like, how many hours a week do you work? And I told her 60 to 70. And she was like, whoa. So she was like, the way our body works, and I want y'all to pay attention because some of you guys may be dealing with this. The way that our bodies work is when you have too much stress, the body looks at every type of stress as adverse. So it causes you to like gain weight because it has too much like cortisol and whatever, stress levels. So when you work out, that's supposed to be healthy stress that helps, you know, take a load off of you. And you know, the adverse stress like from work, relationships, life, just in general, that stress level, those two stress levels together have a cap. you know, some people's cap is higher than others. Some people think their cap is higher when really they live in a state of stress. And literally I was living in a state of stress from all the work, you know, then my relationship, you know, sometimes we'll have our ups and downs and things like that. Had to go to counseling, you know, so just dealing with the stressors of life, my personal, spiritual, and relationship, still being on the right track with my eating and working out and going to bed on time, drinking enough water, it wasn't enough. So during that period of time when I was on a 40-day fast, I also had to walk 30 minutes a day. That's it. Literally, the Holy Spirit was like, listen to your doctor and what she's telling you. So I walked that 30 minutes because it kept my stress levels from going over my max, because I was already pretty much maxed out by the work hours alone that I was working, you know? So anyways, so fast forward, now I'm at like 198, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting back, not my regular self, but it's better than being 220, 221, you know? So was able to do that, started getting stressed out at work again, started drinking again, and pretty much got back up to like 218. All right, so fast forward, the Lord has me quit this job, move overseas, started eating healthier, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the food overseas doesn't have all of those GMOs and chemicals and things like that in them, especially certain countries. Like a lot of that stuff is banned. Fast forward, you guys know that I got into my injury. I had my Achilles tendon rupture. So of course, while you're sitting down, you know, for 6 months, trying to figure out life, you tend to gain weight. I was so adamant about losing weight that I tried to work out on my crutches. Finally, I get to Bahrain. I think May 27 or May 28, 2023, this year. Get to Bahrain. I'm walking like 5 miles a day, y'all, with my boot on. I wasn't playing. I was trying to get this weight off, and I was eating, but I still wasn't eating right for real. So the Lord, I just prayed. I said, look, Lord, I gotta get this weight off. I don't know what to do. He said, go on a 90-day fast, raw fruits and veggies. And he said, make sure you're in the bed by 2 a.m., up at 10 a.m., walk 3 miles a day, nothing more, nothing less. Give me an hour a day, an hour per day of prayer, and an hour per day of reading your word. So that was the regimen he gave me. And I'll be honest with you, I did the entire 90 days, didn't cheat, none of that. I got really creative. So I took the raw fruits and veggies. I would eat them, you know, literally plain, or I would blend it and make fresh juice. And another thing I would do is I got this this popsicle maker. So like for instance, I may want like some watermelon lemonade popsicles, make my own popsicles, as you can see right here. So these are different things that I did over the fast. I started realizing that it was different fruits and vegetables that I liked that I did not, you know, really enjoy back in America. I was able to try new things. Like I really became a fan of dragon fruit because it's readily available here in Bahrain in the store. I was eating soursop, just different things that we can't really buy in the store unless you go to a farmer's market and pay sky-high prices for it, you know? So I really enjoyed that. Even like I would cut avocados in half, you know, stuff it with onions, raw onions, raw garlic, raw bell peppers, you know, all the colors, you know, assorted colors. And I love cherry tomatoes, so I would eat all of that together, and it was kind of like my seasoning for my avocado. So being on this journey wasn't only a physical thing. The Lord just told me, like, to be honest with you, when I asked him for a solution, my mind was focused on the physical, but as we all know, when we fast, there's also a spiritual breaking too. So not only in the physical realm did I drop weight, but I also was forced to drop weight emotionally, mentally, spiritually. So the Lord separated me from a lot of people, literally just put me in kind of like a hiding place went through a lot of anxiety, depression, even suicidal thoughts because of like old thoughts and trauma coming up that he was forcing me to deal with. I'm still not done dealing with it, but I came, you know, quite a ways in this 90 days of just focusing on him. You know, me and Yahweh, we got back to going on our dates together, you know, so there were plenty of places that I went around Bahrain by myself with the Lord, you know, and just enjoying his presence, you know. So I'm gonna be honest with you, as I'm recording this video, today is day 91. So today is the first day that I'll be able to eat a meal. And before I even got off of the 90-day fast, I was like, Lord, I know this just wasn't like a, dang, I was about to say hit it and quit it. I know this is not a one and done. This is something that you want me to do continuously. So what is it that you want me to get from this 90-day fast to carry on and make it a lifestyle change, make it a habit? Of course, you know, reading my word and praying, that I do that anyway, but the amount of time, it was some things that he wants me to do, he desires. Getting back in the gym, you know, getting a trainer, but still have to be careful because, like I said, I ruptured my Achilles tendon. So I said, okay, Lord, I was just afraid to get off of the 90 days because I did not want to gain the weight back. So he literally told me, and you can ask him for yourself if you decide to do your 90 days, what does your, you know, what does your continuing plan look like? But for me, he said 70% fruits and vegetables, preferably raw. But he said if you're going to cook it, boil it lightly, you know, like broccoli or something like that. You know, not too much like salt, pepper, and all that stuff, because that holds weight too. And he said sauteing the vegetables is the last thing you want to do. All of that oil, all of that salt and everything like that, it pretty much takes the nutrients out. So you're just eating food that people say, I ate my vegetables, I had collard greens with some net bone in it. You ain't had no vegetables today. You know what I'm saying? So really, he's really changing my mind too about how, you know, my people think, you know what I'm saying? Like how we tend to carry ourselves, but really treating this body as a temple. And you got to understand, my physical body is housing my soul, so my mind, you know, emotions, my will, and it's also housing my spirit. So if my body is not intact, if I'm overweight, I'm not going to be able to do what I need to do. And I want to live a long life so that I can be here, you know, for my children, children's children, and many generations on until the Lord takes me. You know, so that right there, the 90-day fast. I'm going to tell you guys the benefits. So I already told you the weight loss, the spiritual benefits, the mental and emotional healing that I was receiving and still am receiving. I was intentional about watching videos, like courses, and studying this whole time as well. Just being a student of my craft, music. So taking care of myself creatively, socially being intentional about hanging out with my friends sometimes, but having a balance, because you have to discern what season that you're in. And if the Lord is separating you, he's not isolating you. So you can still hang out with your friends, but don't get to a point where there's a fine line between hanging out to not be isolated and you're just separated, and then hanging out and it's a distraction, so you're not getting what you're supposed to be getting in this time frame, and you just got to do it again. I was like, I'm not doing this 90 days again unless the Lord tell me to. So anyways, yeah, so my continuing plan, just to remind you guys, 70% fruits and vegetables per day, eat 1 meal per day, and I have to cook at home. I'm allowed to eat out 1 time per week. That's it. So he told me I can enjoy that. And you know, you guys know I travel a lot, so I was concerned. I said, Lord, what about when I can't like cook because I'm traveling? He said, as long as you're eating a lot of colors, foods with colors like leafy greens and things like that, when you're traveling, you'll be fine. And you know, of course, continue to walk and everything like that. That'll be your workout for the day, you know, while you're going. This is what the Lord has given me for my 90 days. As you guys can see, I actually took note every single week of my weight. Also, I set a lot of goals and I was intentional about meeting those things. So like I said, even financial goals, like financial, spiritual, mental, emotional, whatever, creatively, socially, you know, like if you want to make more friends during this time, more godly friends, write that down. Be intentional about doing that. When I first started this journey out, as you can see right here on this, my goal, my poster board, I made it literally like I think the day before, and I knew in advance that the fast was coming. Like I knew about 3 weeks in advance. So I want to encourage you guys to not hop on something like this the next day, the next week. It needs to be planned. Literally, I went to the store, I made sure all the food that was in my fridge wouldn't be wasted, so I went ahead and ate everything that I could. Went to the store well in advance, got my fruits and vegetables. I had a plan. I knew I loved juice, so I did that. If you guys like smoothies and all that stuff, well, it's really gonna be juice, but you can mix it together, add water, that's it. It's literally raw fruits and veggies. No milk, no nuts, no grains, no, what y'all be putting in y'all stuff? Chia seeds, hemp seeds, flax seeds. No, this diet literally, and I don't want to say diet, this fast is strictly raw fruits and vegetables. So today is going to be the first day that I have hot food again. I didn't even chew gum. Oh, and I meant to tell you guys another benefit. My skin sheds every day on its own. So my skin is really smooth. Most days I don't even have to put lotion on. I know some people, when they do the 90 days, they say that they don't need deodorant anymore. I'm still putting deodorant on, for real. Yeah, like a lot of people go get these chemical pills to like lift their skin and get that glow. This right here, it resets the cells. So I've been told, I don't know, it helps with a lot of sicknesses. Like I said, I don't know, but I will tell you this. I was really fatigued before I went on this journey. I don't know if it was the weight. Actually, thank you, Holy Spirit. I was fatigued because of all, like I said, all the baggage I had. Physically, emotionally, mentally, socially, just all around. Spiritually, I had baggage. So over this point of time, I was able to regain energy. And I remember my homegirl, she was like, yo, do you need to go to the hospital? I'm worried for you. You've been fasting for almost a month now. So I'm fine, chill, I'm good. The Lord wouldn't tell me to do something that he doesn't want me to do. And I did this in secret, y'all. I didn't tell nobody I was on this 90-day fast until I was probably like a good 60, 70 days in. I mean, I take that back. 2 people knew because they were going to do it too, but they changed their minds after like day 5. I want to encourage you all. If you decide to go on this fast, pray and ask the Father if this is for you. This was like his version of supernaturally bringing Jasmine back to who Jasmine is. I feel myself again. I can see my face. I ain't got my big cheeks. You know what I'm saying? I got my cheekbones back. This is Jasmine. This is me. You know, but ask the Father if this is for you, because some people have you know, medical conditions and things like that, and you have to be careful. You may be able to do the fast with 1 meal a day. I don't know. Ask the Father. Another thing too, just use this time to get close to the Father. Seriously. But yeah, be careful about who you tell that you're going on this fast. People will try to discourage you, and this thing is a mental thing. Like, sometimes I'll be eating grapes. People be eating fried chicken in front of me and all this type of Indian dishes. And I'm sitting here like, Heavenly Father, I love you. In my mind, I love you, Daddy. I love you. I love you. I just want some chicken. I want some chicken. I was craving noodles, but I was craving stuff I don't even eat anymore. I'm telling you, having dreams about different cooked meals. Like, I wanted some Domino's pizza. I'm like, I don't even eat no Domino's pizza. You know what I'm saying? So it's really about being strong. Like, despite that urge, just fight it. It's going to pass by, and it's going to make you stronger to be able to tell your flesh no. So if you can tell your flesh no for 90 days, not only for the benefit of losing weight, but for the benefit of your life to gain self-discipline, this is for you. just ask the Father if you are strictly fruits and vegetables raw, or ask him if you need to alter, like I said, maybe 1 meal a day or something. Ask the Father what works for you. But don't just say, oh, I'm gonna do raw fruits and veggies and 1 meal a day because that's what's gonna work for me. I can't do no raw fruits and veggies. You don't know what you can do. Because honestly, when you're on this diet or this fast, you can eat as much as you want. Like, and then you're gonna get to a point after a few days, you're gonna start getting full. Some days, all I had was 1 avocado because I was busy. And like I said, I was going through depression and stuff like that too. But I also tried to eat as much as possible. So make sure with your fruits, you try to take in as much like water-based fruits as possible. That helps with keeping up your, from getting dehydrated. Drink as much water as possible as well. A lot of berries, definitely. Try to stay away from like the fat and stuff like bananas. For me, I would have like 1 avocado a day. You know, that was, I guess, kind of like my fat, you know, for my body or whatever. And yeah, so I'm blessed to be on this journey, to continue this journey. So now, like I said, it's, my thing is 70% fruits and vegetables every day. Eat my 1 meal a day, get in this gym, do my thing. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. I love you. You know, keep tuning in. You know, like, share, subscribe. You share this with everybody. I want people to be able to experience, you know, the Father's way of doing things. That's why we have to ask him for wisdom, because, you know, people these days are so quick to jump on a doggone table to get a BBL, or, you know, get their stomach flat and get a big booty, or, you know what I'm saying, get my weight down. And I've heard of a couple deaths of people doing this. You know, it's literally self-hate. Like if you don't have the self-discipline to lose the weight, when you get on the doctor's table, you're not gonna keep that weight down. You're gonna blow back up. Regardless of what they say, you're gonna blow back up. So you have to discipline yourself to turn your plate over, to take that plate, push it out the way, and say, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for my health. I'm doing this so I can look good and feel good when I walk out the house. I'm doing this for my physical appearance. You have to think about it like that. Alright, so anyways, this your girl Savvy. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Alright, next week we got Music Monday. Like I said, share this with everybody. Time to drop his weight, get this baggage off. Be blessed.
Said this song is for you, girl. I know you've been hurt. I know they took advantage of you. I know you've been broken down.